It's always fun to have something new, and we have brought something from England over for you from our friends at Creative Expressions.
It's called Glitter Kiss, and what I love about it is the super fine glitter. You're going to get spectacular results with this.
And it's a no-mess product. Come play with us. And here they are.
Ta-da.
Gail's holding that one so it doesn't roll. There are 6 colors, so we're not really missing a blue or missing a silver, but you can see the purple.
So the blue, the silver, we get a pink sapphire, we have a Sahara gold kiss, sea green kiss, and lavender kiss.
Right.
So some beautiful colors, and the thing that I want to point out about these, number one, is how fine that glitter is. I've seen glitter suspended in an embossing paste before, and this is just so much finer. I want to open it up so that you can see the inside. This is a 50 milliliter bottle, so that's a pretty good sized jar container, and just look at the sparkle on there. And it's kind of nice. It's not too liquidy. It will suspend. You can use it like embossing, but you can also use it for just a little touch of color, just a hint of glitter, and you can do it easily with this nice little sponge applicator. I love that. This comes kind of, it's really squishy, it's really soft and fine. It washes out nicely with just a little soap and water, and it's right there always ready for you whenever you need it.
Which is great. I think it's just a nice mix of properties.
Sure.
Okay, now we're going to show you a lot of different ways to use this. And the first one is on images that have been embossed. Now, this is on a black cardstock, and I have to tell you, this is also a new Paper Wishes exclusive, that this is our black and white embossed. And there are 4 sheets in the set, and each of them, look back up a little bit, John, thank you. And so you can see the black is more everyday, the white is Christmas. So I'm hoping you can see that. We can certainly see it in person. And
right, be sure to see the product video on this. We show you some projects that show you how you can use these sheets, and they just are really wonderful images.
And so we have the black rose, and
it's been kissed with glitter.
It has. Isn't that stunning?
Very easy to choose. So let me bring in what I have. It is beautiful. I actually cut out one of the other images, which is a little daisy, but I've got the gold glitter kiss. So I'm going to start by opening this up. Now, you can take this and just dip it right in there and start using from it. I kind of like to take out a little bit so that if I'm working with any other colors, I'm not going to mix them. So just a little tiny bit. I don't even think I need that much
and
on
that's
there.
Really the technique of this. Kiss sounds fun, and it's just a light brushing, but that's what you do with Glitter Kiss.
You're right.
It's
just a kiss of color,
just a
little bit.
Right.
So I'm going to dab up just a little bit, and then I'm just going to lightly start pouncing it on my embossed piece. Now, why I'm doing this lightly is just so that it will hit those raised upper pieces. If I were to push hard, it's going to go down into those areas down below. If I want to get a little bit more, it's just easy to pick up and just lightly touch those raised areas.
And with most things, it's easier to add more than it is to try to remove.
Right.
So just doing that little bit, and it's
just
nice.
a little bit.
Yeah.
There is a little hint from Susan in the gallery with this one, that if you do get in an area that you don't want, she'll take her retractable penknife and you can just sort of pick it up just a little bit, just lightly scrape, and it will come right off. Depending on, you know, where that is. There we go. It just comes right off those areas that you don't want it. So if you want to get it a little more defined. Just a beautiful look, really quickly done.
And I have to tell you, when I saw the demonstration of this, the person did it lightly one way and then turned it and did another way, and did it actually 4 times. And I was kind of surprised by that. It just felt that, you know, I thought, well, why are we doing that? But if you want to, that's just another way. But again, the light touch is really, really critical on this.
Right.
So going back to the card, just wanted to show you that. And now we're going to go into some different products. So you've seen it on an embossed. Now, what if you did something different with an embossing folder? Now this is our dahlia. It looks like this. However, this is not as raised. It's just a little bit. So
Well, it's raised because it's been run through the embossing folder. So you've got that raised edge. So there's your embossed area. And then just start adding the glitter kiss to the top of it. And that's done just exactly the same way. So I've got here cardstock that's been run through that beautiful dahlia embossing folder. So you've got that raised area on top. So that's ready to go. So when you start using this, you're just going to be, oh, that's right, I'm supposed to take the whole top off. You're just going to be hitting the top of that with the glitter kiss. So just a little bit of it here. And then I will grab my lid, pop off the little sponge applicator, just get a little bit of it on there. Let's see, I got a little, there we go. And just start going, let's see, I'll go this way. I'm going to try your technique. I'll go this way, and then I'll go this way. And you're just going to be adding it just to that top layer, lightly adding it on there. You're going to do that probably in a few layers so it gets a little bit thicker, and when you're done, it's going to look like that.
there. And in this case, Debbie cut out around the dahlia and put it on the paper and on the inside of her card. She just has some dazzles going on. And so that's working beautifully. Now, what if you want that shimmery shine, oh, maybe behind dazzles? What would that look like?
Just beautiful and easy to do, and that's what it looks like.
Yeah, let's get in close so we can see. And wow, isn't
Just
that
gorgeous.
pretty?
Now that's done with the blue and the green.
Oh,
And
mixed.
it's just been, yeah, it's just been swiped on cardstock. I'm going to show you that process, what that looks like. But I do love that. You can see a little bit of the black cardstock behind it, so that's really impressive on those painted papers, painted flowers.
Right, it's along the border too. Okay, you're
Right.
on.
So there's the blue and the green glitter kiss, and I took those, used the sponge applicator, and applied them to black cardstock. Now these are water-based, so they're going to wash off your hands, etc., with just soap and water, and they're going to dry on this cardstock, you know, pretty quickly. You just let it dry, and you can mix them a little bit. I try to get a little bit of green over into the blue, etc., move them around. And then we've got the flowers, excuse me, the dazzles from the paper painting. That's what it's called, paper painting. And I'm just going to lift one of those dazzles, real simple to do, nice big beautiful butterfly, and place it right over that, and then I'll be cutting it out afterwards. So that's just an easy way to get a background, and you can choose on there where you want the blue, where you want the green. Just press that in place, and they do stick on there, those dazzles. It's not going to come off. And then just start cutting out around the edges. Make sure that you lift up those little antennae. We've shown you that before, so that you don't have to cut the antenna off and cut underneath them. And when you're done, you get these beautiful focals really simply.
You do. And one thing that I wanted to point out, would you give me that sheet back again? There, okay. So the the green and the blue are not heavily covering this. You can see some of the black cardstock. That's an important thing to remember, because you don't have to heavily coat it, which means you don't have to use as much.
Right.
It's really nice to see that black come through. It's just a little bit, but it does a really nice job. Now, what about stencils? Did someone ask? Well, how about our Flutterby Butterfly, one of our best-selling stencils? And look at this. This was actually the very first project that the design team did, and I love the gradation
Right.
of the butterfly.
And really simple to do through that stencil with the glitter kiss, and you've just got the 3 different colors. So they are purple, blue, and green. Love that green mixed right in the middle. So I'm getting ready over here, and I'm
She's opening jars.
Yeah, I'm opening jars. I have the blue out, I have the green sitting here, but I'm also going to get a little of the purple. So I'll just do 2 of these colors to show you that you can do all of this at one time with those 3 colors. You don't have to pull the stencil away and do something else. You're going to do them all at the same time. So there are the two colors that I'm going to use. The green would be used also. But
and again, you're on black cardstock.
Right, on black cardstock. It just shows up really nicely that way. Just get some of that purple.
Are you not doing it with the applicator?
I'm not doing it with the applicator. I'm going to do it with so you can do either way. You can absolutely use the applicator, but if you want a nice thick coating, you can certainly use a palette knife because it's like embossing paste in that way. And I'm just going to scoot it across just like so. So I'm starting in this bottom corner and covering the area down below, but then I'm going to change. Let me wipe this off just a little bit. I'm going to pick up the blue, and for that next area, I'm just going to start swiping the blue across. So once I get up to the center area, then I'll start swiping the green. And when I do that, then when I'm all done, all the way up to the top, then I'm going to lift that up. And look at that, it's just beautiful. And I love how they just blend together. There wasn't a lot that I had to do to make sure that happened. I just swiped and went on to the next color, swiped and went. Very quick way of doing that. Now you can do that with the applicator, certainly, but it is not going to be as thick as if you use the palette knife, and that's why I chose to do that. So with the applicator, you're going to get a little bit of a lighter, you'll be able to see through it. It's still going to give you a beautiful look.
And just to show you again, that shine really, it is there when it's wet, but it's really there when it dries. Just a beautiful look, and it does not rub off. There you go. It's just perfect.
Beautiful.
Now, what else can you do? Well, let's see. We all have cutting dies. Of course we do. Well, how about covering your paper and then doing your cutting die?
Right. Go ahead and
either before or after.
I believe these were cut out first and then
kissed.
Check the gallery on that. You can check me on that one. Yeah, and then kissed with glitter. So very pretty, very simple to do because it goes on simply.
Yeah, so not only the wreath itself, but in this particular cutting die, which is called wreath, there is the backing piece for the flowers, and then there's also the filigree piece, and you can see the filigree piece was also glitter kissed.
Right, and then just leave that background, that shadow piece left just as black cardstock. But see, again, when you use that sponge, you're going to get some black areas behind.
Well, you can.
You can, and I think it's a great look. It's sort of a mottled look.
I do too.
Beautiful.
And just absolutely gorgeous. And those who were at Girlfriend's Getaway had a chance to play with this and take home one.
So this is really fun because it is so easy to work with. It's thin, it's just a little bit, just liquidy enough that it spreads super easily. Love that applicator on top.
And you've seen it with embossing folders, with cutting dies, with stencils, and doing them with dazzles, so lots of different ways.
Now also, just take the sponge off and run it across the edge of your paper and you're going to get a nice glittery edge. It's going to be that simple.
So we like Glitter Kiss.
We do.